Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Malone Bailey's official podcast, Everybody Counts. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Matt Setzikorn, the administrative assistant here at Malone Bailey. Our podcast, Everybody Counts, features various perspectives on a variety of topics, from the latest SEC updates to discussions on recruiting, retention, and so much more. Everybody Counts explores trends and hot topics that affect us and those in our business. Now, today's conversation is something that might be at the forefront of many up-and-coming auditors' minds. We'll be discussing the brand new CPA exam and how you can prepare for it as it quickly approaches. The new exam will take effect on January 1st, 2024, so just in a couple months here, and a lot of the exam is still a mystery to so many auditors. Just how different is the new exam to the current one? How do you study for the exam? No one has really taken before. And at Malone Bailey, we have many associates who will be attempting this new exam. One of those associates is our guest for today's podcast. Please welcome Riley. Thank you for joining us to talk about the new CPA exam today, Riley.
Hello, I'm Riley. I'm so glad I can be a guest of our podcast and share my thoughts on upcoming CPA evolution.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming today. So to start, tell us a little bit about your background, how long you've been working as an auditor, how long you worked at Malone Bailey, etc.
Yeah, sure. No problem. So I'm from Yunnan, China, and I went to school both in China and the United States. I got my bachelor's degree at China and got my master's degree of accounting at University of Illinois. So I have been at MB for 3 months, and I've only been working audited for 3 months as well, since this is my first full-time job. But I do have some auditing internship experience, which also are very valuable to me.
Okay, so what motivated you to pursue the CPA certification?
I was motivated to pursue this CPA because it demonstrates a high level of expertise and commitment to the professions, which I believe will help advance my career and professional growth.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So given your current knowledge of the new exam and what you've learned about it, could you provide more of an overview of the changes in the new CPA exam? Like, what are the key differences compared to the previous versions?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So, first of all, the current CPA exam consists of 4 exams, including financial accounting and reporting, which known for FAR, auditing and attestation audit, regulation reg, and business environment and concepts, which is BEC. In the new CPA exam, these 4 exams will convert into 3 core exams and 3 discipline exams. The 3 core sections focus on knowledge and skill that are universal to all CPAs: financial auditing and reporting, auditing and attestation, and tax and regulation. And the discipline section focus on knowledge and skills required by CPAs in their specializations. Candidate will need to pass one of the 3 discipline sections, which is business and analysis and reporting, information system and controls, or tax compliance and planning. So no longer will each candidate take the same 4 exams. Well, the names of the core exams remain the same. The content of each is changing. Additionally, written communication, which is in BEC for now, will no longer be a part of BEC in the future. Regarding the exam realignment, essays and most of the authoritative guidance resourcing in the simulation will disappear in the new exam format. Some content from the old exam will be realigned, where other parts like BEC will be distributed across different CPA evolution exam parts. Technology, digital acumen, and data analytics are now core components across all 6 section parts. Finally, let's discuss the CPA exam credit extension. To accommodate the transition from the 2023 to the 2024 CPA exam, NASB announced a credit extension that has been adopted by most states, including Texas. There are 2 proposed changes. First, candidates who have passed at least one section of the CPA exam before the January 1st, 2024 will have those credits extended to June 30, 2025. And second, the 18 months credit period could be shifted from the day you pass an exam section to the day the score is released.
Wow. Okay. So given that this is a new exam, how do you plan on preparing for it? Are there any challenges that you anticipate considering the lack of historical data and study materials that are out there?
Yeah, there are definitely a challenges, all the stuff. So after conducting research on CPA evolution, I've decided on a hybrid approach that covers both the CPA exam in 2023 and 2024. So I plan to take back an audit before the 2024 new CPA exam, and then take RAG and FAR in the new CPA exam. This strategy is based on the content changes in the new CPA exam and the transition policy. So first, let's discuss the transition policy. Individuals who have already earned credit in audit, FAR, or RAG on the current CPA exam will need to retake the corresponding new core section in audit, FAR, or RAG. In other words, those who have already earned credit for back on the current CPA exam do not have to take any of the 3 discipline section, which is good news. This means you don't need to worry about transition issues and tabs, and you can tailor your experience based on your preference and proficiency in each core and discipline. It's an opportunity that I encourage you to take advantage of. So the primary reason for my hybrid approach is the content changes in each exam. First, there are significant changes in the back section. I don't want to be a guinea pig for the new test, so I prioritize back and already pass it. And secondly, audit may be more challenging in 2024, since some back content will be moved to audit, including basic economic concepts like supply and demand and business cycles, all the stuff. So it's better to complete audit before these changes take effect. Thirdly, some complicated topics will be relocated from FAR to one of the discipline exams, such as BAR. So this means the new FAR exam will have less content. Given that FAR seems like very overwhelming to me currently, so I would like to take advantage of this new FAR exam with reduced content. And lastly, I've chosen to place RAG in the 2024 new exam for 2 main reasons. Firstly, I have limited time to pass it during 2023, which is sad. Second, the existing RAG content will be divided between the RAG core exam section and the TCP discipline exam section. This will result in the new RAG exam having less content, same as FAR. However, there still are challenges in the new CPA exam, including like new textbooks, new practice questions for the new CPA exam, and a longer waiting period for exam result release, and an extended waiting period to retake the exam. So this might lead to stress since everyone wants to complete this exam as soon as possible.
Right. Yeah, it definitely seems pretty overwhelming. So I don't envy y'all's position at all. So what study strategies do you think will be effective for tackling a completely new exam format? Are there any specific resources or study materials you plan to use?
Yeah, so actually first and foremost, read the official blueprint for the new CPA exam in 2024. You need to have a comprehensive understanding of the entire exam structure before embarking on your CPA journey, right? And secondly, there is no need to panic about the new exam. Numerous professional education institutions are diligently preparing practice questions, courses, and textbooks to support you. All you have to do is study diligently and practice rigorously. Thirdly, keep in mind the skills they aim to assess for each specific topic. This can serve as a helpful and self-guided framework for more effective study. As for specific resources, I rely on Becker or comprehensive CPA review courses that offer a systematic and thorough CPA study package. Additionally, many people find I-75, another CPA review course, to be beneficial. Apart from these courses, exploring forums and social platform is also a great idea for me. Platforms like Reddit and LinkedIn host a discussion among CPA exam takers where they share their exam experience, tips, and more.
Yeah, that sounds like some pretty good strategies to have there going into a new exam. I think time management is crucial to really any exam, as you kind of touched on a bit. So how do you plan on managing your time effectively during this new CPA exam period, considering the potential changes in question types and difficulty?
Yeah, time management is undoubtedly essential, and I'm continuously working on effectively balancing my study and work life. So I have gathered different study plans from CPA exam takers via YouTube and use them to develop a study plan that works for me. So here are some key points I want to share with you guys. So first and foremost, book your first exam promptly. Once you have the necessary credits to sit for the exam and determine the right timing, go ahead and book your exam. Setting this deadline will not only create a defined period for preparation, but also provide the motivation needed to stay focused on your study. Second, plan and prioritize your study sessions. So schedule your study times and block out those hours each week. So allocate 1 to 2 hours per day for studying with a total goal of 115 to 170 hours of preparation time, though the exam amount may vary. By incorporating this CPA exam review into your daily routine, you will maintain this consistent studying model leading up to your exam day, preventing the need to reestablish your study routine if you skip or a day or two. So in summary, I think consistency, dedication, and a well-structured plan are the keys to effectively managing your time and making the most of your preparation.
Yeah, for sure. 150 to 170 hours, that's a lot of studying for y'all. So I would say with the rise of online education and interactive learning platforms, do you think these tools will play a significant role in preparing for the new CPA exam? Do you plan on leveraging technology for your studies, or do you know anyone that is?
Yeah, it's really a good question. So online resources play a significant role in preparing for the CPA exam, whether it's a current version or the new CPA exam in the future. So as I mentioned earlier, my Intel study plan revolves around online CPA courses, forums, and all the related CPA resources. So like I'm heavily relying on online resources while preparing for the CPA exam. So I would recommend selecting a CPA study course that suits your needs and then making full use of the platform they provided. Like these platforms typically include lectures, textbooks, practice questions, and simulation exams. So take advantage of every tool and function. You can even review these flashcards they provided on your phone during those brief moments of free time, right?
Right, yeah.
Furthermore, so I think harness the power of social media platforms to gather valuable information about CPA exam. So it's a fantastic way to stay informed and engage with this CPA community.
So have you sought advice from professionals or educators about preparing for the new CPA exam? And what valuable tips have they given you that you can kind of share and that you've gathered from them so far?
Okay, so I haven't sought advice from professionals or educators really, but I gathered some tips from ChatGPT. So first of all, I think understand the exam changes, thoroughly review the new exam format and the content outline provided by the American Institute of CPAs, which is AICPA. So understand the changes in the exam structure, question types, and the winning. Second is you need to stay current with study materials. Utilize updated study materials and review courses specially designed for the new exam format. These materials should align with the AICPA's content outline and be regularly updated to reflect any changes. So thirdly, plan your study schedule. Create a detailed study schedule that covers all sections of the exam. Allocate specific study hours for each section and set achievable milestones to keep yourself on track.
So the CPA exam often tests practical skills through simulations and things like that. So how do you plan on practicing these skills given the lack of past exam examples for reference?
Yeah, that's true. So, but first of all, I don't anticipate significant difference in simulation between the new CPA exam and the current exam, except for the back. For the FAR, RAG, and audit, there will undoubtedly be changes in the content, but the AI CPA is likely to retain most of the core content in the new CPA exam. Additionally, CPA courses platform will continue to update practice question for exam takers. So there is no need to worry too much about this simulation. I think as long as we keep practicing and learning, we will be well prepared.
So do you think collaborative learning, such as like study groups or online tips, will be beneficial for candidates preparing for this new exam? Why or why not? And are you partaking in these study groups?
Yes, of course. So, first of all, collaborative learning is and will always be beneficial for preparing for the CPA exam. A group is much more powerful than an individual. So, communicating with fellow CPA exam takers can help you stay updated on information, which I mentioned before about this new exam, and find motivation through group interaction. And I'm currently actually part of a small study group, and we study together every week.
Oh yeah, really? So how's that study group going? Are y'all stressed or anxious with the deadline of the new CPA exam starting?
It's pretty cool. It's cool now. So, basically what we do is we will go to the library every week. And in the library, I got more concentrated, in this quiet atmosphere. And absolutely, we are very anxious about that or something. But yeah, it is what it is. We just go ahead and keep to keep on track.
Yeah. So taking a new exam can be mentally challenging and can often lead to you kind of doubting yourself. So how do you plan on staying motivated and managing stress during your preparation to make sure you're fully bringing your A game to it?
Yeah. So I think the most important thing is create a study plan. So I have emphasized this importance of study plan multiple times and then next, is set clear goals for your study plan. I have established a specific measurable and achievable goals for each study session and overall preparation process. So having these well-defined targets provides a sense of direction and accomplishment. So to keep myself motivated, I have break tasks into smaller steps. I divide my study sessions and I practice exams into smaller, manageable tasks. So for example, I aim to complete 10 multiple choice questions in 20 minutes or to read a module of the textbook in one day. This approach prevents me from pushing myself too hard. We don't need to let this exam stress us out. So I think the most important thing, staying organized and maintaining a positive attitude.
Yeah. So I think once you've taken the new CPA exam, what are your plans for the waiting period during the results are out? Because you mentioned having a positive attitude. It's kind of hard to keep that positive attitude after all is said and done. Your mind starts to wander. So how do you intend on utilizing that time productively to kind of make sure your mind doesn't go to those places too often?
Yeah, well, that's really a great question. So I have been pondering for the same issues, particularly concerning the waiting period. So personally, I would recommend preparing for the next exam you plan to take during this waiting period. So, for example, let's say you are waiting for the results of FAR, and then you have got your stats set on taking RAG as your next exam. In the new CPA exam format for 2024, the waiting period has been extended, ranging from 2 to 6 months. So during this waiting period, if you pass the FAR exam, congratulations, you have already set to move on to the next one. If you didn't pass FAR, that's perfectly okay because you can proceed with taking RAG first, given that you have been preparing for it during this waiting period. However, if you decide to continue studying for FAR while waiting for the results because you suspect that you have failed this far and it turns out you passed, So it like you waste a significant amount of time preparing to retake this successful exam, which is not make very sense. Plus, it's important to keep in mind that we only have an 18 months credit period to pass our CPA exam, so we need to utilize every minute very smartly.
Right. So, considering your journey in preparing for the new CPA exam, what advice would you give fellow candidates who are also gearing up for this uncharted territory?
Yeah, absolutely. I have so much to say for my fellows. So first, start earlier. Definitely start earlier, please. Begin your preparation well in advance of your scheduled exam day. Second, choose your exam day smartly. Choose a test day at the end of the test day period, so you can get this exam result earlier than others that are in the same exam period with you. And thirdly, practice, and still practice. You can learn and reinforce your knowledge by practicing questions and also make you familiar with your real exam. I can emphasize more on the importance of practice. And fourth, collaborate and seek support. Join or form study groups with fellow candidates. Collaborative learning can provide valuable insights and emotional support during this challenging preparation process, as we have discussed earlier. So welcome to reach out to me and join our study group. And 5, consistency is key. Maintain a consistent study routine. Regular, shorter study sessions are often more effective than cramming. Remember that this new CPA exam format is designed to test your ability to apply your knowledge and think critically. It may be different from what you are used to, but with dedication, preparation, and the right mindset and a positive attitude, you can excel and achieve your goal of becoming a CPA.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for that, Riley. I know when I was asking around, a lot of people are waiting to take the CPA exam to see like what all the people are going to say about it after the first batch of people have taken it. So I'm sure that your words of advice are going to be very helpful to people going forward. So thank you again, Riley, for talking to me today about this topic.
Yeah.
That concludes all my questions for now.
Mhm.
So we're going to switch gears now a little bit and play a little game we like to play on the podcast.
Okay.
It's called This or That. So I'm going to ask you a question and you'll just choose whichever one you prefer. All right, so my first question is going to be listening to music when you study or total silence?
Definitely listen to music when I study.
Very nice, very nice. So do I. I prefer that as well.
Yep.
Hot or cold weather?
No, actually, cold weather.
Oh, so you're loving the new cold weather we got today.
Yes, I can put on my hoodie and all the stuff and I look like a potato or something.
Yeah, the cold weather is definitely welcome, especially after our summer that we've had here. Fast food or a home cooked meal?
I would say home cooked meal.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Well, thanks again so much for helping with all your helpful information today. I'm very appreciative of you taking time out of your very busy schedule to chat with me. I had a great time talking with you. And to everyone listening, we appreciate you listening in and invite you to check out our website, www.malonebailey.com, for more information about public company audit services, as well as some other useful resources. Thanks again for listening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'll pause that.